Hello again. Building on the experiment with the push-pull tool in SketchUp in the last session, it's important to understand at least what I think are good practices. And the best way of thinking about this as a practice or a protocol is that to try to contain your work or unitize your work in such a way that it doesn't impact or affect other work. So what I mean by that is if I manipulate this plane using the same push-pull tool, notice it had an effect on that plane. And if I move that plane, right, it has an effect on this mass. So in order to prevent that from happening, before you make this other mass, you should make what's called a component, which is a way to contain that information so it's uneditable or unaffected by future moves. Here's what I mean. So first I'm going to select the extrusion we made last time and delete that. And then I'm also going to delete, I'm using by the way, let me back up. Control Z undoes the last work. If you left click hold and draw left with your mouse, that's called a crossing window. And everything the crossing window touches will become selected. Another selection set is left click, hold, drag to the right. Notice that the line work is different. That line work is an enclosing window. It only selects the things that are within that window. So notice it selected that plane, but not the other four. Whereas with the crossing window, it selects everything it touches. So I use a crossing window more often than not. I hit delete, and then using just the selection tool, I can delete that line, and we're back to where we were. So what I should have done, or what I think you should do as a matter of work, as a matter of a protocol, is to select this object, all of the object, either with the enclosing window or the crossing window, and then right click and hit make component. I'm going to show you one more selection that I think is valuable. If you, using this selector tool, if I just left click once, it selects the surface because that's the thing it's touching. If I double click, it selects the surface and all the surrounding line work. In other words, this whole polygon, the closed polygon. If I triple click, it selects the polygon, the surface, and all connected surfaces and polygons. In other words, effectively, what I've been able to do is select everything all at once with just a triple click rather than a crossing window. So I use this element most often. Anyway, so what you're going to do is right click on that object and hit make component. Now here again, if you're an organized person, I would recommend naming it. I'm just going to call it blank mass. And then where it says glue to, we'll use those in the future. But for right now, just choose blank mass and then hit OK. Now, if I were to draw a new rectangle on that surface and then extrude it, right, the way I was before, I cannot manipulate the original mass. It only will manipulate this guy, the new mass. And similarly, if I move that mass, it doesn't affect the original. So components are very important for containing information in a way that doesn't affect future edits or future adds to the project. Hopefully you found that important and meaningful as far as the use of components and how to control your models in a better way. Have a great night or day or afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time it is, and I will see you in the next session. Again, if you aren't already following me or aware of these sessions, please hit subscribe, hit the bell announcement so that when I do post new content, you'll be alerted of that. And if you would, I would appreciate any likes and comments.